Hey everyone, so Nexen Tire just dropped their latest Q3 results. And look, we know you don't have time to sift through a bunch of corporate speak, so we've done it for you. We're going to break down what this actually means for your dealership and for your bottom line. Let's dive in.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with the financial snapshot. You know, the big numbers. Then we'll get into the strategy behind it all. After that, the really good stuff, your new product pipeline. And we'll wrap up by looking at where they're expanding and what's next. Simple and straight to the point.
All right, let's start with the money. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're partnering with a brand, you need to know they're on solid financial ground, right? So let's look at the bottom line.
And wow, solid might be an understatement. We're talking $542 million in sales just for the third quarter. That is a huge number, and it tells you one thing very clearly. Demand for these tires is strong all over the world.
But you know, big sales numbers are one thing. Are they actually making money? That's the real question. And the answer is a big yes. They posted an operating income of $32.2 million. This is so important. It means they aren't just moving inventory. They're running a smart, profitable operation. That's exactly the kind of stability you want to see from a partner.
So, how did they pull off those numbers? Was it just a lucky quarter? Nope. It really boils down to a clever two-pronged attack. They went hard on boosting sales while at the same time keeping a super tight lid on costs. Let's break down how they managed that.
So check this out. On the sales side, the offense, they were firing on all cylinders. You've got steady growth in key markets like Europe and Korea. They're landing new OE deals, which is huge for brand perception. And get this, they had their best sales quarter ever back home in Korea. But then you flip to the defense. They got a nice break with lower raw material prices and shipping costs are coming down, plus they were just plain smart about managing their spending. It's that 1-2 punch that really delivered the knockout profit.
Okay, the numbers and strategy are impressive for sure, but let's get to the part that really matters to you. What's new to sell? This is the exciting stuff, the new rubber you can actually offer your customers.
First up for the US, you've got the Nexen Sport. And listen, this is a big deal. It's a high-performance summer tire, but here's the kicker. It's already got OE validation from premium European brands. Think about what that means. You can tell your customers, hey, this isn't just any tire. Luxury car makers trusted enough to put it on their new cars right from the factory. That is a selling point that closes deals. And they're not sleeping on the EV revolution either. This Nexen Supreme EV Route, which just launched in Korea, is super interesting. It's engineered for both EVs and regular gas-powered cars. That's smart. It shows they're already building the tires for the cars that are going to be flooding your service bays in the next few years.
And here's more proof they're not just throwing products at a wall to see what sticks. They're paying attention to local needs. You've got places in Europe with really strict winter tire laws, right? So boom, they launched the Wingard Sport 3. It's all about making the right tire for the right customer in the right place. Super targeted.
And they're doing the exact same thing down under. In Australia, SUVs and big trucks are king. So what do? They create the Rodian ATX, an all-terrain tire built specifically for that market. See the pattern here? They're building tires that are practically designed to be in high demand because they're solving a specific local problem.
Okay, so we've got great products. But how are they going to get them to you? Well, Nexen is also going on a major global expansion. And this is all about making their supply chain stronger and faster, which at the end of the day is all about supporting you.
And this isn't just some vague promise on a PowerPoint. They are putting boots on the ground. New sales offices are already up and running in Spain and Poland. And next on the list, they're setting up hubs in Southeastern Europe, Latin America, and the Middle East. They are seriously building this thing out.
So what's the big idea with all these new locations? Nexen calls them strategic footholds. Let's translate that from corporatese. It means they're getting closer to the action. They can better understand what's selling in each region and, most importantly for you, build a supply chain that can get you the right tires right when you need them. Less waiting, more selling.
All right, let's wrap up by looking ahead, because a great partner isn't just about what they did last quarter, it's about where they're going. And Nexen is making some really cool investments in the future, both in tech and in being a more responsible company.
Okay, this is pretty wild. They've built a high-dynamic driving simulator. And it's not just any simulator, it's the first of its kind in the entire Korean car industry. This is some serious high-tech stuff that lets them design and test tires completely virtually.
So why does this matter? Well, the benefits are massive. First, it makes their R&D way faster and more efficient. For you, that means better tires hitting the market sooner. It also means they don't have to make as many physical test tires or do as much real-world driving. That saves a ton of money, and it's also way better for the environment. It's a classic win-win.
And speaking of being green, this is a big deal. Their climate goals just got the official stamp of approval from the Science Based Targets Initiative. What that means is their promises to reduce emissions aren't just talk. They're actually backed by science and aligned with what the world needs to do. That's serious commitment.
And really, the CEO, John Bosco Kim, put it all together nicely. He said their whole focus is on sustainable growth by making a wider range of products and just being smarter about how they operate around the world. It's a simple, powerful vision for the long haul.
So when you put it all together, you've got strong financials, a smart strategy, a pipeline full of products designed to sell, and a clear investment in the future. Nexen has laid out its playbook for growth. The big question we'll leave you with is this: how are you going to use it to your advantage?